Today I will show you how to complete a simple tax return. There are several tax rules that you must learn first. I am going to show you some of these rules, but due to time, I will not be able to go in depth on the tax rules. Here is the 16th Amendment. The Congress shall have the power to lay and collect taxes on income from whatever source is derived without apportionment among the several states, and without regard to any census or enumeration. Here is our scenario. Sam and Andy have been married for 17 years and choose to file jointly. They have twins under the age of 14 who may support 100%. Annie earned $30,500 in W-2 wages and Sam earned $37,012 in W-2 wages. They had a net rental income of $9,500 and gifts from Sam's dad in the amount of $12,000. Their itemized deductions totaled $15,780. They paid in federal withholdings of $9,789. That is our scenario that we're going to work through today. Here is a table for standard deductions for each filing status. Since Sam and Andy are going to file jointly, married filing jointly, they're going to claim $11,400 in a standard deduction. But since their itemized deductions are greater than their standard deductions, they're going to get to claim their itemized deductions, which was $15,780. So it's like extra savings. Here is the married filing jointly tax table. If taxable income is over this amount, but not over this amount, so the $16,750 and the $68,000, then you're going to use this equation, which this is the equation that we're going to use today. But you see here, these are all the different income levels, and these are the different equations that you would use. And they're going to be taxed at a 15% rate. Alright, these are some things that we need to know before we get started. Okay, they're going to choose to file married filing jointly. They're going to take the itemized deductions over the standard deductions. And then they're going to claim 2 personal exemptions and 2 dependency exemptions, a total of 4 exemptions. And for each exemption, they get $3,650 per each exemption. And then currently, the child tax credit is $1,000 per child, and Sam and Annie are going to get to claim 2 of them for each of their children. Excuse me. And then they're going to claim the making work pay credit, which is something that was allowed for 2010 and probably will be taken away for 2011. So make sure you follow up on the different credits that you can claim in 2011. And the making work pay credit for 2010 was $400 per person. So since they were filing jointly, they get to claim $800. Alright. And they're going to have to claim all of their wages, their W-2 wages, which is reported on line 7 of Form 1040. Alright. And then they're going to have to claim that rental income that they received, and that's going to be reported on line 17 under the income portion of Form 1040. Alright. And then the gift. This is a little, this is a tax rule about gifts, and it should, alright. Sam and Annie will exclude $12,000 gift. The person who gifts the gift has to pay taxes on the gift, not the person who receives the gift. So any person who gives gifts of money must pay taxes on the amount that exceeds $10,000 per person that they gave a gift to. So Sam's dad will have to actually claim, will actually have to pay taxes on $2,000 from that gift. So, but Sam and Andy will not have to pay any taxes on that. Alright, here's the tax formula. income, which is broadly defined, we have both of their wages and the rental income, less the exclusion, which is the gift from Sam's father, so we get to exclude that, and then that's going to equal our gross income. And then we get to deduct for AGI, which will equal our adjusted gross income, and then we get to deduct from AGI, which is the standard or itemized deduction, and then the personal exemptions, which I told you earlier that they had 4 of them. Personal and dependency exemptions, sorry about that. And then that's going to equal their taxable income. And then you take your taxable income and you find them, if you go to the tax equation, you go to the tax rate for that specific filing status. And so since they are married filing jointly, they're going to go to the married filing jointly tax table, and they are going to calculate their tax on the taxable income. Okay, and then you get to subtract your federal withholdings from the tax that is due from the taxable income, and then you can subtract the credits, and the credits were the child tax credit and the making work pay credit. Alright, and then that's going to equal your tax due or your refund due, how much you overpaid. Alright, let's go back up to the scenario and let's fill out this worksheet that I filled out. Alright, they're going to file jointly, so I'm going to put in here married filing jointly. And then Sam's wages were $37,012. Annie's wages were $30,500, and the rental income was $9,500. And the gift, we're going to include it in this pre-worksheet, but then later on we're going to exclude it. This is the tax equation that we're going through. Alright, here I'm going to put the itemized deductions, which was $15,780, and then the standard deduction, which is $11,400 for married filing jointly, and then the greater of the two, which is the itemized deductions, and then for personal exemptions, which I've already pre-calculated it up to add it in. That's $14,600 for those exemptions. And this is their taxable income. So now we're going to take the taxable income, we're going to go to the tax table for married filing jointly. I'm going to scroll down and get it. Alright. So we got to subtract from the taxable income any amount that's over this amount. So we got to get the amount that's over the $16,750. And then we're going to multiply that by 15%. And that's going to show up right there. And then you're going to add in $1,675. And that's going to be $6,157. It's our total tax due currently. But then we're going to subtract the $2,000, $1,000 per each child for the child tax credit. And this is the tax due after that. And then we are going to subtract the federal withholdings, which I have to go back to the scenario for, which was $9,789. And then they're making work pay credit, which $400 each is $800. And this is going to be the amount that is owed to them. This is the amount that they overpaid. So they have $6,432 is what they will get a refund of. Alright, so I want to show you how to complete a 1040. I'm not going to go through every form that you have to turn in along with it, but this is just 1040, the form 1040. Alright, here the husband will always go first because they are the head. And then the wife, and their address, social security number. And then the filing status, it says to check one, only one. And so they're going to check married filing jointly, because that's what they are. and then they're going to check both of themselves because no one else can claim them. And you're going to put 2 in this box because both of them. And then the dependents, you name them, social security numbers, the relationship. And then here it says if they're under the age of 17, that's the limit, the age limit to qualify to get the child tax credit. There's also income limits to get the tax credit. You can't make over a certain amount or you won't qualify to get the child tax credit. Alright, but they do. So 2 for the children, and then that equals 4. And then here is the wages from W-2s, and I just put both Sam and Andy's there. And that's on line 7. And here's line 17, which is rental, $9,500. And you combine those amounts, you see that the $12,000 wasn't even listed here. Alright, so this is their total income on line 22. They didn't have any adjustments for AGI, so we won't deduct anything from there. And we're going to bring down our total income to line 37. And we're also going to bring it to the next page, to 40 page 2 at the top of 38. And we're going to enter on line 40 the total of the itemized deductions, which was $15,780. And we're going to subtract from the income, from the total amount of income, and that's going to equal your new taxable income. And then you're going to subtract your exemptions, which we pre-calculated that up 4 times 3650, and then that's going to equal your taxable income. And then if you just file out the 1040, you'll have to calculate the taxable income, so you have to go to the tax tables and you'll have to calculate that. And we already calculated it on the other page, but this is what it was. $6,157 is their taxable income. And then here's the child tax credit on line 51. And then you add up all the credits that they might have received on line 54. And then you subtract from 46. And then they didn't have any other taxes that they reported. So you're going to bring down line 55 to line 60. And then on line 61 and 63, line 61 is their federal withholdings. Line 63 is that making work pay credit, which you have to attach a Schedule M, which you'll fill that out. And then on line 72, it's adding line 61 and 63 together. And then you're going to deduct line 72 from line 60. And this is the amount that is refunded, which we've already pre-calculated that. Alright, this is the end of filling out the 1040. I hope this helps you in some degree of filing your taxes for 2011. But remember, rules, tax brackets, credits may change. So make sure you read and follow the 1040 instructions when filing out your Form 1040. Thank you.